Hello, David Zaritsky for the Bond Experience. Welcome back. I am sitting next to a very familiar gentleman. Joe, nice to see you again.
Nice to be here. I feel like I'm always sitting right here.
It's like he's never left. I never left. My good friend, Joe Darlington from Being James Bond. And Joe has done us a huge favor. Yes, it looks like it's about the martinis. By the way, cheers.
Cheers.
These are actual martinis, so we'll take a little sip. So these martinis don't exactly go hand in hand with what we're talking about, but we're going to explain them to you. And thank you for joining us. We have been doing a series of getting the James Bond body. And it's not just obviously about pumping iron and looking like Daniel Craig from Casino Royale. There's a lot of different steps to it. Some of it is about nutrition. Some of it is about fitness. Another is about your mindset. And there's been some great conversations that Joe and I have had. And I want to thank him very personally today because he's doing something very brave today. He's talking about his journey around getting and accepting what we call hashtag Bond25 Fitness Challenge, which is taking the days, the weeks, the even minutes leading up to Bond 25 and using them to get into the best health and fitness of your life. But we've got to start someplace, and that is, it's like when you buy something. People don't buy what you sell. They buy why you sell something. So we've got to talk about the why.
Yeah.
So Joe, why have you embraced this challenge?
Yeah, boy, is that hard to explain or answer. But I just know that I've kind of been asleep at the switch when it comes to fitness and health. And, it's funny. Like I kind of, a couple years ago, I would have been exercising pretty regularly and reading pretty often. And then I kind of rediscovered the remote and some comfort food.
Sure.
And I feel like I just sort of blinked, and then all of a sudden it was 20 pounds later.
Yeah.
And I'm not even kidding. I mean, like, it's just like, I mean, I was literally stunned when I got on the scale, and I was like, no. That has to be broken, because my red zone is 200. So 220 was like, oh, no. That ain't going to happen.
Did you find that all of a sudden it seemed to be almost like a light switch, like it creeped up on you? Like, it's not like you saw yourself incrementally. It was like one day?
It was literally one day. I mean, honestly, again, like I said, like younger, I was probably about 190, 195. And then as I would creep toward 200, I'd say that's the red zone. I'd say, that's when I got to start. But all of a sudden, I got on the scale one day and it was 220, and I said, "You have to be kidding!" And I don't know if it was like stress eating because of work and whatever. But
were you ever one of those people? So, and by the way, this is a healthy and good conversation. It's a reason we're putting this on the Bond Experience, because this is a journey. One of the things you all have to accept is when you go to the gym for the first time after not being there in a while, what do you see after you're done working out? Nothing. No. What do you see after you're done the second time? Nothing. But being consistent, it's like a relationship. You eventually are going to see those positive gains. But where I've seen people fail in their journey is they start this saying, well, it just crept up on me and now I'm too heavy and now I got to get lighter, as opposed to saying the why, the inspiration. And, listen, we all love to try to emulate and live the very capable Bond lifestyle.
Right.
And a part of that is not just the clothing, the trappings, how to ride a horse, how to play poker. It's being fit.
Yeah.
And so that I love the fact that you're using your passion with James Bond as a carrot.
Right.
To get into the best shape of your life.
Yeah. And that's right. And you're hitting the nail on the head because again, you asked before about the why. And that really is it. It's, again, when you talk about horseback riding or anything physical that Bond would do, you could muddle through it, I suppose, being out of shape, but it's not going to be fun. Yeah. I mean, I used to go skiing pretty regularly. And even back then, I could feel if I was kind of in shape or not.
Right.
Because if I was, and even then, I'm talking about increments, much smaller increments probably. But if I was feeling myself being out of shape, I'd be tired much faster. I'd be falling down a lot more, struggling a little harder to get back up. Like suddenly now falling hurts a little bit more than usual. So the whole experience just isn't the same.
Yeah.
So again, just sort of being ready for the Bond moments, for the Bond travel.
true.
You know, again, I mean, Bond gets sent on a mission at a moment's notice. He's ready to go.
Yes.
And just you can't say, oh yeah, I'll go in 3 months when I lose a couple of pounds. No, you got to be ready to go.
Yeah, and it's interesting you're talking about the activity aspect, because flexibility and balance. Flexibility and balance are the two things that go the fastest in your 40s.
Yeah.
So you're still in your 40s, I'm in my
Yeah.
50s, but those things go very quickly. So if you don't keep up with them, it's why I've adopted P90X3, because it teaches you balance and strength and durability and all these things that, from a flexibility standpoint, you've got to be at the ready. And I could tell when Danielle and I now go hiking and I hit a rock the wrong way and I can catch myself and kind of center myself, I feel it. I feel the fact that I'm improving myself. And one of the things that I love that Joe is doing, I think he's doing everything right in this journey, is he understands it's an evolution. And it's literally one meal and one moment at a time. So Joe now, I'm his quote unquote sponsor, which I love doing because it helps me too. It's very quid pro quo. He will send me pictures of his lunch, and I'll send me pictures of his lunch. And he goes, how does this look? Is this okay? There was one time in the beginning he sent me, stuff had some sauces. I'm like, is there sugar in there? Sugar's the enemy. Remember, fat's okay. And then he sent me another one the other day. There was lots of vegetables. I'm like, where's the protein?
Yeah, right.
And he's like, it's under there, David. Relax. There's an egg. But I think it's helping.
Yeah, it really is. And again, I love the accountability of the whole thing. Because again, you need somebody to and it's not even that I know he's going to holler at me or whatever.
I don't.
But like I've even said to him, I said I had a cheat morning. I had a bagel with some cream cheese. Somebody brought bagels to work and whatever. But I'm back at lunch. I was back on the horse. So yeah, it's more of that. It's not even like I said, it's not that he's going to holler at me if I don't, but it's a reminder to me every time. I know that I'm going to take a picture, and again, I swear to you, I'm not taking one picture of salad and sending it to him 4 or 5 times a week.
That didn't even occur to me that you could do that.
He's going to make me put like the newspaper next to it.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's just a reminder for me. I get that it's the what would WWDZ do? What would Dave Zaritsky do? I know I'm going to send a picture of the lunch or the dinner, whatever. So keep it legit and keep it right. So it's more about keeping focused, I think, than anything else.
And I love that it's also about being honest. So Joe had a slip, what he considers a slip. It wasn't horrific. It wasn't like, I ate a whole pizza and some ding dongs. It was, hey, I had a bagel with cream cheese, which, bit of a slip for what he's working on and focusing on. So he immediately told me that. And then we said, all right, it's a moment. What are you doing for lunch? And his lunch and dinner were perfect. So those I think are important. I do this with Joe, and we've started this vlog series because I went through my own quote-unquote evolution, focus, whatever you want to call it, the why, in my early 40s when I saw Daniel Craig Casino Royale to Quantum. I'm like, the guy's my age. I have no excuse. I've shown pictures before, so you've seen the pictures. And the reality is that I said to myself, I want to capture all aspects. What happened was my original why of getting in Bond shape started this whole aspect of now it's just for me. Like I feel better psychologically. When I go on vacation, I still work out, not because I have to, but because I want to, because it makes me feel better. When I skip a workout day because I'm not feeling well, I actually feel like, it's not this added pressure. When I eat better, I'm sorry, when you eat better, when anybody eats better, there's no regret.
Right.
You eat a McDonald's sack in your car.
Oof.
How bad do you feel about yourself for the rest of the week?
Instantly too. You just feel awful. I mean,
awful.
As bad as the car smells is how you feel 20 minutes after you've eaten it.
It does. And by the way, the reason, cheers. The reason why, hold on. Yum. The reason why we're having martinis, real ones, right now, is not to throw it in the face of, it's to say, this is also about living life's pleasures.
Sure.
It's not about not having that bagel. It's not about having that martini. It's about balance.
Yeah.
It is about the fact that And by the way, I don't mean balance like, oh, if I drink this, I've got to work out 3 times harder. It's about, making sure that everything is measured in your life.
Right,
Trying to find that balance between the two. So we're enjoying this after a very long day of doing some business/pleasure aspects, but it's not denying yourself because that's how people fail on these things.
Yes. Right. As soon as it becomes a burden, it'll stop. Whether it stops tomorrow or maybe the week after, it'll eventually come to a stop. And because if it feels like you've changed your life for the worse, you will course correct back into old habits unless you make it a positive thing.
Yeah.
And again, I mean, it's not like eating right is a negative thing. It's not like good food, good healthy food tastes good. So again, it's just kind of not taking that real dip into the junk food.
Exactly.
The donuts and the crab,
And which is, that there's a lot of ill effects. I'm not even going to get into the science behind it, but sugar itself has a lot of long-term lasting things. There's links to cancer. I mean, it's more addictive than cocaine. I mean, these are all scientific things. But one of the things that I love about these journeys and the whys is I've got 2 very good friends, Joe being amongst them, that started this journey, strangely enough, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. The other friend I won't name because he doesn't like to be named, but I had taken a picture of him when he was visiting at my house, and he saw the picture, and I think it was a picture from the back of him, and he's like, oh my God, I thought I lost all this weight, and I hadn't, and now he's on this incredible new, this plan that he's lost all types of weight, he's getting healthier and fit. You saw a picture when we were at the Spy Museum. You were holding my bag, and you called it like your Marlon Brando picture, and you got so upset with yourself.
Yeah, there's another one that was even worse than that, where it was a few of us, and I kind of happened to be a little sideways, and again, it's funny. Like every time I look in the mirror, and this is probably why I gain weight, my belly goes this way. It doesn't go to the side. So when I'll stand in front of the mirror and I'll be like, I'm doing just fine. And I'll turn sideways. There it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, there was a few pictures that were not too flattering. But and again, it's it's funny too because I kind of put it on I put it on in my face and my belly.
Right.
So it kind of it's not a defense, but I think that's how it sneaks up on me a little bit.
Yeah. But even in the short time that you've been on this journey to positive eating and fitness, you've seen some positive side effects.
Yeah. I mean, aside from I've lost a couple pounds, nothing to write home about. But my day-to-day, I feel better. I have asthma and I have allergies, and that has been much better recently.
And you snore.
And I snore.
Is the snoring improved, I bet?
Maybe a little bit. I'm not sure.
I bet you it will significantly.
Yeah. I've been ups and down with that. But yeah, the breathing is much better already.
Yeah.
Because, I'm not dealing with all the sugar and all the junk, the allergens, the inflammatory stuff that I think, makes it all worse.
Yeah.
So instantly that seemed to get much better.
Now, do you have a supportive significant other?
I sure do.
That's helping you with this?
Mary is spectacular. Mary, as I was driving down this morning by 8 o'clock, she was at the gym. She is very health conscious, and she likes to eat healthy. She's vegan, but she's not exactly like a hardcore vegan. So she'll
like bacon on top of a potato.
Yeah, right. She'll eat fish. She'll do certain things, but just very healthy.
Yeah.
Has a very healthy lifestyle. And yeah, she encourages me. She's gotten my rear end out of bed to go to the gym a couple times. We eat healthy. So yeah, that definitely makes it much easier.
So you've got, the hashtag Bond25 Fitness Challenge. I love that so many of you are actually posting pictures in your stories. If you do that, also do the @the Bond Experience so I can share them with others or what you're eating for lunch. You have a year, give or take, until Bond25, and I know that you want to create this resurgence, this evolution, if you will.
Yeah.
What are your goals? I mean, what do you want to look like or do?
Yeah.
Or?
Well, interesting. I love that the Bond25 challenge for me is kind of a twofold thing because not only am I getting ready for Bond25, and that's kind of my deadline, but I also want to shed 25 pounds.
Very good.
I'm packing in. weighing in right now at about 220, and I'd like to get down to 195. And I hopefully, and again, a year is a long way off, so it's not exactly, that's very reasonable. But I'm hoping to get some substantial improvements by the summer, for sure. And hopefully keep that going. And again, consistency, like you said. It's one thing to have a burst of energy to say the summer's coming and to stay that way, and to stay level and or better. Once your initial thrush of ambition goes away, that's the tricky part. So I'm definitely hoping to get, make some strides quickly, but keep that momentum going for a while after that.
And a year is a long time. There's a lot of potential. There's a lot of time to get lost, to lose that inspiration, to lose the understanding of why, which is why we're having a dedicated video around the why, because if you are grounded, if you have a strong foundation of why you're doing this, you tend to use that as a beacon through the night. You tend to be able to see that through the fog that is definitely going to occur.
Right.
You're going to have vacations, and you're going to have parties, and you're going to have holidays that have all these excuses, and you're going to have people pressuring you and going, oh, what are you on, some super diet? And come on, it's a roll. Just eat it. It's a roll. And how do you survive through that? It's the strong foundation of why you're doing it to begin with.
Absolutely.
So we're going to ask you to do a brave thing. You can absolutely say no. But what we'd like to do is we'd like to revisit even a short version of this video, literally at different points up until Bond 25.
Sure.
So this is it's not day one for you, but it's day one for the video. Would you mind just standing and maybe standing to the side? And don't suck in or anything like that? Okay. All right. So that's one of your problem areas. Again, very brave of you. And that's what you saw when you stood to the side and you were like, I'm not happy with that.
Yeah, no, we're not keeping this.
All right, let's sit down again.
Like I said, I get it. Again, it's all gut, and I get it. I kind of just this general fluffiness, in the face. And that kind of drives me a little crazy too. So, that's going to change.
And great side effect is not only just feeling better, looking better, mindset. I think Mary's going to appreciate it too. Oh.
Yeah. She's already, she's so wonderfully
supportive of any form of job.
Exactly right. Yes. She likes me in my roly-poly vest.
She should.
Again, she will tell me, and I believe her 100%, that it's more about health and longevity.
Absolutely.
Yes. And that is a big thing for her. So but the fact that I think again, I have a very, very attractive girlfriend. She needs a man to accentuate that. She needs a good partner.
It encapsulates a little piece of the brain when you think about that. It's like, am I equalizing?
Right.
What am I doing?
Right. I can't have people looking at her saying, what is she doing with that guy?
Well, when it's not a joke and people go, boy, are you dating up? It's not funny. It's not funny. I'm not laughing anymore.
Yeah.
Well, listen, thank you. This was super brave. It was important for people to hear it beyond me kind of preaching about it. So I'm having a fun time with this. I think you're going to be incredibly successful. We'll have one more cheers officially as you grab your martini.
Cheers, my friend.
There's a little bit of calories in here, but it's clear. Joe, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
This has been David Zaritsky from the Bond Experience.
This is Joe Darlington from Being James Bond.
And we will see you really soon. Take care. Cheers.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching this episode. If you want to be up on the latest from the Bond Experience, just click on this subscribe and subscribe to our channel. You're going to get all the latest and greatest information, plus some exclusive content. And by the way, speaking of content, here's something especially for you, just because we know you. Talk to you soon.